What's good, y'all? Welcome or welcome back to Dawn Spiritual Guidance. It's your girl Dawn, and we got a message for you. Let's get into this timeless collective message, you guys. So this is like a part two because the first one cut off like so suddenly, and that was by no coincidence. I struck a nerve. Okay, spirit. I struck a spiritual nerve because the negative energies don't want this to get out. Okay, and look, I'm just a messenger. You feel me? So yeah, this a continuation where we gonna use some different decks. All right, bet. All right. So please take what resonates, leave the rest behind. This could be past, present, or future information for you. One more shuffle. A little snip here. Okay, so Holy Spirit, uncloak uncontaminated. What do we have here when it comes to the continuation of the sex trafficking grid and people of power and who are false? So we have Forcer in reverse, okay? It says, forces things on you, forces their way in, uses force to get what they want. Okay, it came out in reverse. We have Shine. So this energy that has been trying to force you to give them money, whether it's via physical or spiritual, or force you to give your love or your energy, your body, whatever the case may be, right? Especially when we're talking about a sex trafficking grid, like that's spiritual rape, spiritual molestation, right? And that's not okay. Whether it's in the physical or spiritual, it's still a violation of boundaries, especially when you're saying no, right? So God is saying, like, you are going to be able to shine. Like, without this, it may have just been feeling like a long time, but because we're dealing with wolves in sheep's clothing, this is also something that they are trying to hide so that they can shine, right? So I know during one of the readings I did yesterday, we talked about this energy, like, do anything for clout, right? We have travel here, creativity. So again, somebody trying to get a come up off your energy because, with your own creativity and the things that you've been using your own energy for, right? Because you also have to understand, when somebody is siphoning your energy, they're also siphoning like your creative flows, your juices, what makes you you, right? Your light codes, even if you don't realize that we have those, all of those things. Your spiritual gifts, just everything. I mean, and also energy siphoning too. Let's talk about it. They can try to siphon your beauty if you are unaware. Now, don't get it too. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm doing two things at one time. Okay. So people can try to siphon your beauty through that and all the rest of that because they don't feel beautiful. Now, listen up. I can teach you how to negate all that stuff. Okay. Because I have myself been being attacked spiritually for a while. My bloodline and I in the scene have been. And they've been doing a number, okay? And I also know about these sex trafficking grids in the spiritual realm because, well, there was an energy that sold my energy out. They sure did. They were very spiritual. They're a dark eye priestess. And there were others involved too, and others that I know. And they took my energy to the black market so that they could get a come up off my energy because either they went to a reader or they found out themselves, like, oh, this energy has this, or this coming to them, right? And they don't treat people nice. And see, here's the thing: people who do this type of stuff, they they don't treat people nice. You're not getting anything good from God in that way, right? And it's not about being perfectionism. You know that this is wrong. You know any type of rape, molestation is wrong. And they know it's wrong because when it happened to them, when they was a kid or whenever, they didn't like it. So like they do it to other people for, you know, not just pleasurable reasons, but also like take this, take that, like to project. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Could not figure out that word, but yes. Yeah, trying to hide the fact. So this energy that sold you out, whether you realize this or not, to put you in secret competition, try to steal your ideas, you know, oh, yep, copy your work, but behind closed doors, saying this, that, you know, look at that, a spiritual hater, right? Regardless of gender, okay? So yeah, this is, you've been fighting a whole lot of spiritual warfare, y'all, okay? Especially with certain individuals in particular that unfortunately had it out for you, whether you were aware of this or not, right? Yep, marrying for money. So this energy was all about money. That was it. That was all for them. Okay. So be mindful of this energy trying to come back around, because they only made their decisions based off of people's pockets. Yeah. So like this, if you had a connection or whatever the case may be, this is not going anywhere. Okay, it just is not going anywhere. And they do this so they can keep up the lifestyle that they have, so they don't have to like endure the actual karmic debts and things that they have put out there, because they know that it's shitty. And then don't get me wrong, there's some people that haven't faced their karma for things that they've done. So also coming from a perspective too, well, I haven't got caught or da 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 da. Well, looks like you found the wrong right one. Creeping. So hiding the fact that they're watching you or you watching them. Flip the energies as you see fit. Put yourself on the side of the story as you see fit. Giving money in reverse. Looks like somebody is in need and they don't want to ask you. Okay. And it was also coming out too, like, okay, if you siphoning people's energy, like you flexing with other people's money, right? And if you caught them and you're counteracting this energy, yeah, they won't be able to really take anything from you, to be very honest, right? So there also could be something that you're not seeing, okay, as well. Like you may need to observe something a little bit more, maybe something in regarding to your money, of why it's like, also with this giving money to in reverse, it's like somebody knows they need to give you something that is yours or vice versa, and they're just not doing it, or they didn't, and they just never saw the day that things wouldn't move for them, that things would stop shaking, that things would go crumbling down. But this is what somebody gets for, you know, or this group, covens, all of this, for making this their way of making their income. Like, what? Okay, yeah, so yeah, look at that. Friend of me trying to hide the fact. So this is like a friend of me for a lot of you guys, right? Whether this was a good business partner that turns sour, relationship, situationship that turns sour, friendship, family member that turns sour. Yeah. And so it's like, oh, you know, they could have tried to like find you and others. Yeah, flighty, temporary option. Okay, so yeah, so this energy was two fake friends, two-faced, hidden intentions. They had hidden intentions. So this was like a Judas Jesus situation, right? So y'all had an enemy, whether you knew this or not, and they sold you out. They sold you out, and it doesn't even have to be like a sex trafficking good. It can be anything. They sold you out, okay? Wrongfully, okay? Told lies about you for money. So they can get a come up, so they can have a certain lifestyle. But in order for them to have they thought to have this lifestyle, or they thought, oh, I gotta lie, I gotta sell them out, right? Because that's what Judas did. Judas told such and such where Jesus was hiding, and he was like, thank you. He threw him a whole bag of money, basically, right? So his money problems were gone in the sense in that moment. Like, look who you sold out. You know Jesus did. And the thing is, and so here's the thing, Jesus performed miracles. Jesus did great things, right? Bad for his enemies and his counterfeits, because Jesus being himself automatically makes his enemies look like the counterfeits that they are, because they are not of Jesus. Is a mirror to hold up, like, hey, you don't have to be perfect, but you also like don't have to be a tyrant. So you guys had a hidden frenemy, okay? Or you guys have one and maybe you don't realize this, or maybe you just need a confirmation because you already been peeping. You have a hidden frenemy, you know, or you know, and they gave your name up, gave your energy up, sold it out for some spiritual good juju, right? Which, hey, or some physical good juju, right? So that they could get what they wanted. Yep, TikTok. And since they not giving back what they stole, or siphoned, or whatever the case may be, baby, I heard they're gonna spend the rest of however many lifetimes they're gonna need to pay this back to you and your bloodline. Honeymooning. This is over. This friendship, this relationship is over. The bridge has been burned. Okay, term. Yeah. So somebody, no. It's like somebody was trying to like turn up or whatever the case may be. God said, absolutely not. Have several seats. TikTok. Where's my child stuff? Okay, deadline, procrastination, too busy. So you too busy to give back what you stole, then that means we're too busy to, help you out when it comes to serving your bad karmic debt when you have to serve it. So that's what we got for you guys. So just know that justice will be served, all right? According to God's will, uncloaked, uncontaminated. And thank you all for your love and support here. It is truly, truly appreciated. And always remember, you make your own decisions. Peace out. Deuces.